orientation, like rotate device, whatever. I'm gonna try to get this where you guys can see the fish finder, which is really cool. Okay. All right. So there's the fish. Oh, now I can't get my rod out. It's too low. Okay, fine. Wait. Okay, there we go. I got my rod out. All right, out of the holder. All right, so we're going to try to get that to where you guys can see it. All right. All right, so so that's my bait right here. That's my bait. So we're going to drop my bait down. I'm gonna let it sink. And bring it down into here. That's a fish right there, coming up to my bait. So we're just going to tease it. So the one going up and down is my bait. The yellow underneath it is a fish. So we're going to drop it down in front of his face. Try to get him to chase it. I know the orientation's all messed up, but that's the way it is. And we're going to get that baby to chase it. So you guys are probably watching this like, cattywampus, but it's just the way it is. Okay, lay that down. We'll try to fix it. Okay. Try to fix that. I don't know. Okay. I got to be able to see it too. All right, so that's my bait, right? My bait is... Where's my bait? Try to get it into the... That's my bait right here. That's fish. Bait, fish. So we're going to bring my bait up. I'm going to drop it down. Try to attract some fish. I'm going to drop it to the floor. If anything's hiding down there. We kind of drifted. So we're kind of out of that fish zone we were in. But you can see the fish coming up to it. See the fish? See the fish? See the fish? Come on, baby. Give me a little jigging. Just a little jigging. Try to get their attention. Come on, baby. Got their attention. They're coming back up to it. Coming back up. They're on top of it. Should get a bite any second. Here it comes. Come on, babies. Chase it. You try to get them to chase it. And again, their bite instinct will kick in over their common sense. They're there. They're right there. This is all fish right here. It's all fish. There's one up there. Probably a crappie. Those are fish. Let's get them up a little higher into the water column. Again, this is my bait right here. The one going up and down. Let's get it up in here. Let's see if we can get that guy's attention. The one at 13 feet. This is how you use a fish finder for A-scope. This is an A-scope right here. The skinny is an A-scope. A-scope is what's directly under you. So there's no guessing of where they are within the conical So I'm going to drop it down. So I dropped it down again. And we got somebody's attention. So here they are again. Those are fish. Those are fish right there. There's a fish above it. I'm going to try to get their attention, fish below it. So they've got me on both sides. So we got fish, 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 fish. I'm just jigging it just a little bit, giving it a little bit of life. Those might be crappie up there. All right, here, come on, babies. So I can drop it down onto the floor. Now we're pretty much on top of the floor, but we're suspended just above it. We drifted. I'm going to move the boat a little bit. We were getting those smallmouths in a little deeper water, like at 25 feet, which is weird. But we've caught two. We're going to catch. I apologize for that interruption when I was trying to, so you guys could see the fish finder. So I stopped and started the cast. We're using this new grub that I just molded with, it's green pumpkin with salt in it. Salt doesn't give it kind of ruins its integrity. All right, so now we're going to drop this thing down again. We're going to follow it. Let's see if we can't get some fishes. That's the bait right here. Oh, there's somebody's looking at it. Oh, they came right up to it. Look at that. Look at that. Those are fish. Try to get their attention again. Got their attention again. Come on, babies. Come on. Do a little jigging. Just a little jigging. Little jigging. Okay. Lost them. Go down a little deeper. We'll see what happens. We're actually pretty deep. Might catch some trout. I don't know. That's my bait right there. So that's my bait. We're looking for any kind of sonar hit that likes to follow it. And we jig it. Oh, something's there. Oop. He hit it for a second. Yeah, he followed it. You can see those fish. There's a couple fish right there. We're just going to do a little jigging. So this is kind of a neat broadcast for you guys because you can see how to work a bait underwater and you can see the fish's reaction, which is really cool actually. Again, I do this ice fishing all the time. Faint signals, these things, this is a cone. So faint signals mean it's outside, it's on the edge of the cone. Okay, here we go, here we go. That's my bait right here at 30 feet. Barely see it. So we're going to bring it closer to the boat to the A-scope. I'm going to let it drop. That's a fish. We're pretty deep. I think I went out a little too far. Like 25 feet. We're going to find the 25-foot area. So this is actually, I never show you guys the fish finder. I really should. I really should show you the fish finder more often. We're going to come in a little bit, try to find it, get the bottom to come up to about 25 feet. See some fish there at 30 feet there. There's probably perch. There's my bait. I'm probably outside the cone of silence. We'll see the radar. I left it down there when we moved the boat, so. Feet. There we go. That was a bite. That was a bite. Come on, guys. Where are you? Where's my bait? Oh, there it is. It's way up there. It's 10 feet. See my bait now? You see that fish coming up? He's going to say hello to it. Bam. Oh, he changed his mind. Hey, punk. Let's jig it. And this is my bait right here. That's my bait. It's a little jigging. Try to entice whatever that was that came up to say hi to it. There he is. There he is. See him? That's the fish right here. That's the fish right there. We're just jigging it just above him, trying to get his attention. That was the fish right there. Right there. That was him. So we're going to just let it sit. Do a few jigs, pause. Come on, hit it. Fish right up there, 7 feet, probably crappie. There, we'll let it drop. Okay. Come on. These are my chirp radars. This is my A scope. The skinny area, that's what's directly underneath me. That's my bait that I just lifted. We drifted again. We really want that 25 feet. They seem to be right on 25 feet. So we're going to come out here to 25 feet again. I could anchor. Really don't want to disturb the bottom because they seem to be living right down there. All right, here's 25 feet again. It's about 25-foot cast. I'm going to let that sort of float back to us. The bait's still out of sonar, so you're not going to see the sonar bait for a couple minutes yet. Even though, it's a Ned, so it's really light. Takes its time floating down into the screen. Let's see if I can hurry it along a little bit. Come on, baby. Where are you? Still dropping. Oh, here they come. He's coming up to it. That's a fish. Is that my bait? No, that's not my bait. That was a fish. Still trying to find my bait on the sonar. I think I'm on. Am I on bottom? Yeah, I'm on bottom. So let's get it above. I think that's me right in here. Still, I think we're too deep. I think we're too deep. Get your big perch off bottom. There it is. That's my bait right there at 18 feet. I think. Oh, that's me at 30. That's me going up and down right here. That's me. There's some fish. Oh, they did not bite the hook. Oh, there we go. We got one. We got one. We got one. That's a small. Oh, he's good size. Nice smallmouth. That is how you use sonar. Come on. Stop it. All right. That's how you use sonar to catch a fish. So, nice little smallmouth. Beautiful markings. Look at the markings on him. See the lines on his head? He's beautiful. He really is a beautiful fish. So, they are deep. Gosh. Fish are deep. So, he says, you can't. That's pretty good. All right. put the bait down again. Three smallmouths on my grub that I painted or made with salt. Salt seems to work. That's my bait going down right now. So we keep an eye on it and we see if there's another line that likes to come up and, ooh, what the heck are you? What was that? That was a good sized fish. So now we're going to, they're hitting really soft down here. It's almost like cold water. Cold water will soften hits, bites. That's why you need a really sensitive rod. Here they come again. Here they come again. There's some more fish coming to it. Not my usual fishing. You guys know I'm not very good at soft baits, but since I'm started making soft baits, I got to get better at it, right? If you guys want any of these, just send me an email. All right? Now that I know this color and this formulation works. Get that closer. Get it in the A scope. I'm at 30 feet. That's my bait right here. That's my bait there, 30 feet. You can see me lift it up and it drops back down. We're looking for anything that starts to close the gap on it. So I can bring it up, give it a little bit more line, and work it down just a little bit towards the bottom. We'll see if we can't get somebody's attention. And now my bait's in really good A-scope range. You can really see it there. A little more slack, and we're going to touch bottom. Touch bottom, and we're going to hover above bottom just a little bit. There's a fish. See it coming up to it? That's a fish right here. That's my bait. Fish, bait. And when he gets on, oh, he changed his mind. And what you can do is you can tease him a little bit. Try to get his attention. There's another fish coming from the top. That's probably a smallie. And he's going to hit it. Nope. He went right past it. Oh, here he comes. Oh, he jumped up on it. We're just teasing these fish, trying to get their bite instinct in there. Here he comes again. There's one on top. There's two fish looking at it. I'm just jigging it. Just let them see it, and then we'll pause it right when they get there. See if we give them an opportunity to bite it. I hope the fish finder view is kind of cool for you guys, so you can see it. Got one up here at 10 feet. We've got some action down here though. Look at that. So we're going to pull it up in between these two fish here. We'll see if we can't get one of their attention. One's going back to the bottom. And we're going to see if we can't get his attention. Always have your A-scope on if you have a fish finder. You want to see what's directly under you. That's my ringtone. I'm going to pull it up to 10 feet. There's something swimming up there. We're going to pull it up to about 10 feet. And we're going to just let him run his way, swim his way down to the bottom again. It really has good action. I softened this plastic up really well to where that paddle tail, it was working really well. I put worm oil in the plastisol, just really soften it. And it's about 25% of the plastisol volume is salt. And that's what I did on this bait. And of course, green pumpkin is a, oh, I felt something. Here it comes. See it on the bottom? It's coming up to it. Just looking at it, inspecting, do a little jig, just a couple inches. Give it a little bit of a tail. The tail will wag. There, got his attention again. We really want him to chase it. Get his bite instinct to kick in. That's what we want. We can give it a little slack. We're going to touch bottom. We're on bottom right now. We're just going to pull it off. So that last one was about a half a pound. You know, that smallmouth that we just caught? About a half a pound. Okay, we got some attention. There's some fish looking at it. Come on, baby. Put a back up on it. You want them to chase it a little bit. To get their bite instinct going. Really want to get in that 25-foot range. Truck on the highway. Can't even see the lake from the highway. Trees block it. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Is that my bait? No, that's a fish coming after my bait. All right. All right. Come on. He's so involved in this. Fishing via fish finder, it's kind of like a video game. Trying to get my bait in the view, my A-scope. There it is. It's at 10 feet. So we're going to let that thing sink. That's my bait right here. That's my bait. We're just letting it sink. Get it down to where the fish are, 25 to 30 feet. Now we're approaching the drop off. So you're going to see that bottom really start to come up gradually. I'm going to jig my bait. Touch bottom a bit. Try to get some attention down there. There's a fish right here. See the fish? That's a fish. That's my bait. I'm going to try to get his attention. Here you see, he saw it. When I jigged it, now he's on top of it. He's on top of it. Let's jig it again. Oh, there's another one on top. There we go. We should catch one any second. Jig it. Come on, babies. He's on top of it. Bring it down to him. Pass him. Bend and snap, baby. Come on, be sexy. Bend and snap. We're really teasing this fish. There's another one coming up from the bottom. Oh, let's see if we can get him to chase it. Well, he gave up. What a punk. Wuss. Now my bait's coming out of the A-scope. See if I can get it back in the middle of the A-scope because we're drifting a bit. There it is. That's my bait. And that's a fish just below it. This is a good depth before we drift out of it. Try to stay over that 25. To be in 25 feet or so right now. I don't know why. I mean, these are warm water fish. Why they're so deep. They'll come up more shallow in the afternoon. Let's see if we can't get some. I'm going to do a big drop here of 10 feet. I'm just lifting my rod. That's all I'm doing. Just lifting my rod up and letting it drop. You see that fish right there? It's coming to, I'm going to it. He's right there. Chasing it now. I'm chasing it. All right, there he goes. Now I want him to chase me. That's the fish. That's my bait. I'm going to do a little jigging, try to get his attention again, and do a big drop. This has a really good swim action on the drop. Come on, baby. We're at 25 feet. We're at a good depth right here. Again, that's my bait. I'm just bringing it up. I want to see if I can get something up here to look at it and follow it. That's my bait. Okay, we're going to go a little more shallower, but we're going to go in between the boats. And again, this is a really good bait. It's the one I made. I formulated the plastisol. I softened it, and then I added 25% of that is salt in that formulation. So we're just going to cast this out there. We're going to let it sink. I think we've seen enough of the viewfinder, huh? Let me see. Stick that in that rock holder. Probably catch one. Look at this. I'm trying to adjust this to where you can see me. So now I'm just getting that paddle tail to work a little bit more. Do you have any? Oh, there we go. We got one. Oh, we had one. I was reading. At the store, I do, but not of these. The ones I have are not salted, and they're minnows. They're only $5 with the jig, so they should work. I softened that. I just didn't put. It's just a different color, but they should work. Oh, getting a lot of bites down here. Feels like perch though. Lots of fish around my bait right now. There, that's perch, isn't it? They double bite. So when you feel that, that's a perch. But yes, there are some of my soft plastics in the store right now, including my big ones. So we're going to fish the big ones later, um, and catch some big largemouth. Those are really good baits, by the way. Um, Hand painted, hand poured. I mean, I poured those. God, there's so many fish down here. There's got to be perch. Yeah, that's all perch hitting it right now. It's just, it's all perch right now. There's a zillion of them down here. And this is a big hook. This is a 1/0 hook. So you got to be a pretty big perch in order to get your mouth around this hook. This is a bass hook, not really a perch hook. Let's go back to my spoon that I made. Well, yeah, they're just biting the tail on those perch down there. So we're going to go back to the spoon I made. I made 20 of these. Now, no, the store doesn't have them because I wasn't sure if Joel wanted it. And it's got a pretty big hook on it. So that's my spoon. And we're going to toss this out. I should hit it on the drop. And spoons are great with swivels. Although I love snap swivels. I know a lot of people say, Mike, that's kind of childish. I like snap swivels. It's easy. You don't have to tie knots all the time. You gotta have a good snap swivel. Alright, we're just letting it drop. We're just letting this thing flutter to the ground. Just flutter. And this is one that I painted. Clear coated it. Put some green and flecks into the clear coat. Try to give it a little, and it's a pearl white with a red stripe. Personally, I don't know if I've ever caught anything on a spoon. But my co-host on my radio show, he is pretty much all he does, this and fly fishing. So I have to give it a shot. Just because I've never caught anything. But people love spoons. In fact, the spoon is considered one of the most versatile, multi-species baits you can have. So I should be able to catch something, right? Although I am terrible at fishing. So I don't want to catch a perch. We've caught 3 smallmouths in the first video, 2 smallmouths, about 1/3 of a pound, and then that 1/2 pounder on this video on my new paddle-tail grub on that. If you're at the resort, I might have, I think I only made 4 of them. So if you flag me down, maybe I'll give you one. Again, just stick it on a Ned. Oh my gosh. This is, these are baby bass. I don't know if you guys can see those, but there's about 10 of them right there in the water. See if I can zoom in a little bit. See, put my Polaroid glasses on it because you need to see. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. There's a bunch of them right there. Just a bunch of baby bass. Bunch of baby bass. Largemouth. Those were largemouth. have blacktails. You can always tell. Bunch of them. Whole bunch. There was like 10 of them. I have never caught anything on a spoon either. I know, but everybody swears by it. You look it up on the internet. The number one bait people love to fish with is a spoon. So we're going to catch something with a spoon right now because I made it and I've never done it. But yet everybody swears by this bait. And I think the way you fish it is to pull it up and let it flutter down like that. Up and flutter down. I think that's the way you do it. I mean, I could be totally wrong on it. But everybody says they catch it on the drop. So I figured if you lift it up and you drop it, they'll bite it. So they say. So we just lift it and drop it. I guess, can you swim it? Is that, I mean, they swim pretty good, but I'll have to go really slow. Because they do this when they swim. You know, they twist and turn. It looks pretty good in the water. I'm watching it. Let's put it over by Jeff's boat. See if anything's under Jeff's boat. We're just gonna let that thing fall. See what happens. It takes forever for this thing to fall to the bottom because it kind of glides. But people swear by it. Oh. So it must work. I mean, I'm not very good with soft plastic, so I made some soft plastics. And voila, that's all we've got today is on a soft plastic paddle tail. Oh, we're on the ground. It's a rock. It's my only one I brought. So we got to try to get it back. I do have some bigger spoons, you know, in my tackle box that I painted a long time ago. Never. Come on. This is another problem with spoons too. They're definitely not weedless. Come on. Oh, got it. Got it. I just don't want to hit Jeff's boat. Sorry, Jeff. Okay, so we're going to drop it in front of that Regal. We're not going to let it hit the bottom because this is all rocky bottom. This is a good smallmouth area, which we've already found out. Cutting through smallies. I got to get used to the slow drop on this. I think that's its magic is the drop. You know? That's got to be the magic, right? What do you use for lures for trout? Oh, I make spinners. I actually make my own spinners. And those work. But I don't really fish trout. I catch trout because trout are stupid. They eat anything. But I don't see anything under here. Maybe we'll go to the largemouth area. Get the big baits out. Yeah, I'm watching this thing. This takes forever for it to fall to the bottom. But it has a pretty good swim to it. It's got a pretty good swim. But it flutters, it like a leaf, sort of floating to the ground. That's what this thing does. What's that? What do you use for? Yeah, I make spinners. Need a horse. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to make horizontal video. I do this. So here, because it has an automatic thing. Ooh, stop it. For auto rotate is on. But YouTube, when you do a live, I don't think you could do horizontal on YouTube. It's always portrait mode. So it's kind of sucks. I know, but I tried. And it doesn't allow me to make the adjustment. When I record, I could do it, but not when you do a live. We're not getting anything in this, this 8-foot range. So we're going to go back out to the 25 feet. We're on a rock. And something else. What is that? Oh, I'm going to have to break the line. Because I caught... Oh, I got it. What's up? I don't know what that is. We're going to go over here to 25 feet again and catch some more. I don't know what that thing looks like. A pedestal for a seat. But I mean, let's see if this thing works for largemouth bass. I'm going to go over here. And, I want to catch something with the spoon. Now that I've caught something on my new paddle-tail grub, but they're deep. I mean, I'm not, to be honest, just not, I'm not seeing a lot. So we're going to go over here and where the largemouth are, and there's a good line here on the drop off, and we're going to work that with this this spoon. And this spoon I only painted one side, so it's a nickel, so it's shiny on one side, and pearl and red with some flakes on the other side. Should work. I gotta figure, when it comes to baits, you got to obey the bait, the way it wants to be used. You cannot use your technique on the bait, all baits. You can't do it. So because I've never caught anything on a spoon, that tells me I suck at spoon fishing. Although I've never given it a whole lot of chance. So today we're going to give it a chance. Because you're supposed to catch everything on a spoon. Sort of like a nipple, you know, catch everything on a net, a spoon or something like that. So I'm watching my fish finder right now to see if we go over some big schooners or something like that. So we're leaving the smallmouth area, and oh my gosh, look at all of those. That's got to be crappie. That is a big school. So we're going to just let that flutter down. I hear a baby crying. If you guys got some tips on how to use a spoon, drop them down there. I'm reading them. I'm reading what you guys are saying. I think you just sort of sawtooth it in, you know, retrieve, up, drop, up, drop. I call it a sawtooth retrieve, you know, but I'm sure there's a proper name for it because it looks like a sawtooth, you know. Shark fins, you know, a bunch of shark fins, but all right, nothing hit it. Water 69 degrees, just a tad over. I wonder what would happen if I trolled it. Can you troll a spoon? Huh? Can you troll a spoon? Anybody know? I'm going to go really, really slow and troll the spoon. It's going to be working the upper water column though. The way this spoon is shaped, it's going to definitely want to come up. 1.6 miles an hour, and we'll just troll it. Probably foul hooks until I get to my ridge here. It's still pretty deep here, so we're not really into the largemouth area. If we go straight ahead, the bottom of the lake is going to come up to about 10 feet. And that ridge is where I want to work. I only got one person on, so thanks. Hit thumbs up. I got one thumb up, one person. Thank you very much. All right. A lot of vegetation down there. We're in 25 feet, 30 feet. A lot of vegetation, about 5 feet of vegetation on the bottom. We are going to go straight because I know my line on this. Okay, bottom's starting to come up on this. Bottom's starting to come up. Slow. No, babies. Up to 20 feet. I gotta get up to 10 feet. I haven't had it. I keep forgetting. When you bring coffee, you always forget you got coffee, huh? I'm so focused. Black rifle coffee, so good. Ooh, there's a big old bush or tree or something down there. I don't see anything around it, but that's usually a pretty good cover for some bass right there. Okay, we are in the zone. All right. All right. I'm going to pull this in, and we're going to cast it, and we're going to let it fall, and bring it in. And we're going to sawtooth it. That's what we're going to do because, you guys didn't correct me yet. If anybody anybody watching, which is nobody right now. All right, fine. I'm going to catch a big one when nobody's watching. Oh, somebody came on. Thank you for popping in because I'm going to catch a big one right now. Because it's just you and me, whoever it is, with a spoon. My first fish on a spoon. That's what we're doing. I want to catch a fish on a spoon. This is a spoon I made, 20 of them. I did it some of the most popular designs, so I'm sure it works. We just gotta figure out how to use a spoon. That's all. And no, I am not John Daly. We just do a really slow retrieve, steady retrieve on this one. See, it really looks really good on a slow retrieve. It spins on a faster retrieve. So you got two totally different presentations with a spoon. You get the slow retrieve does this as it comes into you, and a fast retrieve will spin it because I have a swivel on it. So let's try a little faster. We'll stop, pause, let it fall. Oh, there we go. Oh, we had a bite. We had a bite. We had a bite on the drop. Could have been my first spoonfish. Could have been my first spoonfish. That was not a perch. That was definitely a bass. That was definitely a bass. You really do understand the different types of bites. You can fish as much as I do. So we're letting this drop. It's only about 12 feet deep. Oh. I'm retrieving it, letting it, and doing a nice long pause. Because I did get a bite doing it that way. So we're going to try it with that presentation. If you got one on a spoon, I will run a spoon. I'll get one. It's got. Well, I'm working on it. I just got a bite. Ooh. Oh, right in front of me. The fish went right by it. It's like he missed it. Stupid fish. It was good size, too. That was a good sized fish. He just jetted right by it. Okay. Steady retrieve. After it drops, steady retrieve. Just steady. We want to go a little bit medium. Doing a medium speed so it spins. See if we can get a reaction strike. Because he just swam right by it. Big, probably 2.5 pounder. Okay, so at this speed it flutters. Let me see if I can get it to spin. I'm gonna let it drop. I'm going to reel in a little faster, and that'll get the spoon to spin around and round. Let it drop. It's still dropping. Okay, now I'm going to bring it a little faster. This is a 9-to-1 reel, so let's see. Really shouldn't have to spin it a whole lot. You gotta really go fast on it to get it to go round and round. So we're going to let it drop again, reel in a little faster. Should get us a good reaction strike on the bass. Just got my boat this spring. Nice. How late in the year can you go out on Lake of the Woods and do well? Middle October. That's middle October. You got another 8 weeks. But that doesn't mean you're going to be fast bass fishing. No, you're not. You're going to definitely go trout fishing in October. Brown trout, actually, because the kokanee are going to spawn, and the brown trout are going to come up and hit them. And you got to go with big swim baits for those browns. For 2 weeks in October, it's awesome. Catch and release your browns. Okay. I'm doing a fast retrieve pause. Okay, so it looks really good on twitches. You know, when you twitch the tip, it really causes it to do its thing. I got to figure out. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got one. We got my first spoonfish on the drop. Oh, he came off right there. Ah, yeah, he wasn't that big. It's a good hook too, man. That's a good treble. It's a gamakatsu. Okay, we hooked our first fish on it. We've got to land one now. We got to land one. That was only about 1/3 of a pound largemouth. He came off right in front of the boat. I wasn't expecting him. I probably just didn't set the hook very well because I didn't feel them run with it. They're not hitting hard right now. You know, they're really hitting a soft bite. Really are. So spoons can work. You just got to figure out how to use them. What about a slow retrieve with twitches? Keep an eye on the line that I'm working. It looks really cool in the water. I mean, the spoon has really cool, erratic behavior in the water. And it's kind of what you want. And lure fishing is sort of something that looks erratic, looks like an injured fish. And I mean, basically, you guys are probably thinking, Mike, it's only a spoon. I go, but it's new to me. It's new to me. I'm giving away one of these rods, by the way, when I hit 2,000 subscribers. So, guys, gals, let's get me up to 2,000. And this is a Cajun trigger rod. So I'll order you guys, whoever wins, whether they want a bait caster, they want a spinning one. It's just a great rod. I own 6 of them. I mean, that's how much I love this rod. Oop. Something hit it. It's not on it, I don't think. No. Something did hit it, but I did not get it. That was probably a stupid perch. You know, I think I've caught like 3 perch this year. Yay for me. Really don't fish for them. Nobody. I mean, unless you do the Derby next month, which I will be at for you guys, and help run the Derby. We'll give out a lot of really good prizes. Maybe some spoons. Oh, that was a bite. Yeah, twitching it seemed to get fish's attention. It has a really cool erratic behavior, spoons do. So, and this is sort of one of those wavy design spoons, you know. It's got, you know, kind of a wave to it that I bought, and bought them all nickel, and then I paint them and clear coat them and fit them. This is a 1/4 ounce too, spoon. Just FYI. It's not a big spoon. We got it on my BFS system, so because I like catching stuff on my BFS. We'll break out the heavy pretty soon, but I need to land a spoonfish, not just hook one. I need to land it. So earlier we caught 3 smallies. Biggest was about 1/2 pound on my new swim grub, salt infused. Yes, I put salt in my plastisol, 25%. It's a lot of salt. And it seemed to work. You know what we could try too? I really want to catch a fish on the spoon, because I brought another bait that I just created, also salt infused, same formulation, much bigger. Um, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, there's some of my swim baits are in the store. Just FYI, they're hand painted and hand poured, and I've given you an awesome hook with it, an owner beast 8/0 hook, and we're going to fish with that later too. So it's a really good bait. You can almost work this like a jerk bait. It really looks good in the water when you work it like a jerk bait. Oh, look at that. He's following it. He's not a very big bass, but about a quarter pounder. Okay, we're gonna let, he followed it when I was doing a steady retrieve and working it like a jerk bait. So we're gonna try that on this spoon and see if that works. I know. I gotta catch a, I gotta land a fish with the spoon because I've never done it. And basically, I'm just jerking it on a steady retrieve. Real slow. This is a very fast gear ratio, so if I put on my medium rod right here, I mean, that one is a 6-to-1, so this is 50% faster than that in retrieve. So it's a big difference in the way you spin that knob on that rod. But I hope you guys enjoyed looking at the fish finder and seeing the fish on the fish finder, your bait on the fish finder, catching up fish via, electronics. That's kind of cool. In fact, it's really cool. Let that sink. Let it sink. Let it sink, Mike. Let it sink. Just keep swimming. Just keep. I don't know. It's been forever since I've seen Dory. Yeah, big bait's working really good right now. The bass are gorging. I'm shocked we were catching smallies at 25 feet. Really shocked. 69-degree water. They shouldn't be that deep, but I think the fish are starting to sense. In my fishing report this week, I did say that. So tonight is my radio broadcast at 7 o'clock local time on 103.3 FM Gold Country. So it's a good show on how to buying equipment, including fly fishing, because I don't know how to fly fish and my co-host does. So I have Ken talk a lot. Comes to fly fishing. I don't know how to fly fish. Maybe next year I'll take up fly fishing. never give up, never surrender, or something like that. I am getting all my little sayings messed up today. uh, that was a perch. Do not want to catch, but this is actually a pretty big hook. I think I put a. Vestige. Oh, Klamath School District. All right. I thought for sure I was going to catch one while I was trying to reestablish a signal. I was warning all 16, 17, and 18-year-old boys. Actually, 18 should not be dating a 16-year-old. Um, kind of an awkward age for boys because you can't go minors, and older girls aren't interested in a younger boy. So, you poor 18-year-olds. Anyway, um, I think you should all know 16-year-old girls, which is my youngest daughter, and I love her to death, are crazy. I say high school, don't date at all. Wait for college. So, how did I get so deep? This is the drop off right now. Okay, there's a lot of fish. Let's cast backwards. Just went over a whole bunch of fish. Let it sink too. Oh, look at that. One shake. What is going on? How come I'm hitting hard? All right, so we're going to cast that way. And I'm going to let that baby sink because we're in 25 feet of water. Seems to be our magic number today is 25, right? Just seems to be working that way, which is weird. It just is. Like I said, I think the fish are premature in the inversion because it's not inverting yet. Nope. A lot of grass down there. Probably catch salad. Maybe I put too big a hook on my spoon. Maybe I should have gone. Now this is a like a 4. Maybe I should have gone with a 6. So maybe I put too big a hook on it. I don't know. But bigger hooks catch bigger fish, right? That's the way it works. Thin out the pack a little bit. Usually when you take a drink, you catch a fish. That's why a lot of fishermen have drinking problems. Dang it. Okay, we're going to put up the spoon. Go big. Go big. Got to break in this rod anyway. Just got it yesterday. All right, it's never had a fish on it. So we are going to go with one of my swim baits. This is my swim bait, the one we're using anyway. It's sort of a perch color without the stripes. And we are going to let that sink. It's a very slow sinking. We can run it right through the vegetation the way I designed it. It's completely weedless, so you can swim this through the thickest of vegetations. This is my new Atlet Heavy. Next week I have an iRod Extra Heavy coming. This is my Abu Garcia Max Pro. I just got another one yesterday for the Extra Heavy. We are too deep. We gotta come in. These swim baits are awesome. They really are very good, and you will catch big fish. You're not going to catch small fish because that's an 8/0 hook on that. I mean, that's your hook. I mean, you see that hook through the sunlight? It's a 6-inch bait, so it's not huge. I've got 8-inch baits, but let's get it. Really want to get into about 12 foot right on that top of the shelf here and bring it in. And the bottom's coming up really upside down. We're at 30 feet. I'm at 17, half like that. So come right on top of the shelf. Too far on top, I want to throw bait into deeper water and swim it up onto the shelf. Let's throw that baby out there. That's in 30 feet of water right now. We're going to let that sink and let that go down to 30 feet on the bottom. And I'm using, this is a 30-pound braid with a 25-pound fluoro leader on this. And we're just going to let it sink. And we're just going to bring it up off the bottom. It's going to climb up the ridge onto this plateau. That's kind of the way I want to work this bait. And you don't have to work it fast. You can work it real slow. It's got a really good swim action, even very, very, very slow. Again, completely weedless. You don't have to worry about weeds. Spam. the reason you use a leader, a fluorocarbon leader, is that, I put a 6-foot leader on this, and um, so the fish don't see the line. Fluoro is completely invisible to fish, where braid isn't. Well, why do you use braid? Because braid actually is very strong. It cuts through weeds, and you cast farther with braid. So you are able to have the advantages of braid, but with a leader of fluorocarbon, you are invisible to the fish. They don't see the line. It won't scare them away. That boat's wake we're on. Oh, I lost it. Now, I'm new to leaders, and the knot just came off. So, we got to put a new leader on here and tie a better knot. And I went online yesterday to learn how to tie a leader knot. And evidently I didn't do a very good job for my very first leader knot. And we're going to put this through here. Lost that. It's an expensive hook. It's a $5 hook, by the way. Anyway, it's sunk. It don't float. So I did bring more leaders, because I figured that might happen today. So I'm going to show you how to tie a good knot, a leader knot. I hope. We'll find out later after I cast it a number of times whether that knot's good or not. It is the danger. I should throw floating baits until I'm confident. Okay. All right, so okay, so we're going to tear off some of this line. We're going to add a leader to this. That's what we're going to do. Add a leader. That looks long enough. Oh well. I knew that was going to happen today. Why I did it on that bait is beyond me. I should have put a soft bait or a floating bait. This is why I could go retrieve it. But I didn't do that, did I? We're going to do that on this one. I'm going to go with a diving bait. And so, according to the guy, you take this, you loop it, like that, you loop it, and you put your braid through it, like that. I think you need a third hand for this, but you kind of pinch it up on top, like that, so it's through, and now you got to wrap this a lot around your leader. You got to wrap it a lot, so there's one. I think I did like 6. So we're going to do 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'm running out of line. 7. 8, 9. Okay, there we go. So now you take it, lubricate it, and you put it through that loop. That's how you do it. Now, you pull them tight and cut off the tag. Now, failed the first time. So what I'm going, you want to be able to get it to go through the guides. So you really don't want a big knot. You kind of want it in line, you know. You don't want a big giant knot. You want it to just be thicker than the line. Now, I pulled on this really good, and it really has a really tight line. It's a good knot. But evidently, it didn't hold. Okay, that's a good knot. So now, you cut the tag ends off. Those are kids caught one. They get so happy even with a baby bass. Love that about kids. Okay, so now I've got a different line on this line. See that? And I should cut that a little better than that because I got too much tag. You want to cut it really, 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 really close so it doesn't catch on the guides when you cast it. Fluorocarbon. Not too worried about the braid as much as I am the fluorocarbon because it's real thick. 25-pound test. So now we're going to go with a floating weight. Floating bait. This is where nail clippers are really good. There we go. Got it. And so there. That is now a leader on that. And pull really, really hard. I can't break it. So what I want to do now, I like snap swivels, so I'm going to go with a snap swivel, big one. Let me try this again, because I'm terrible at fishing. Okay, so find it. I want about 6 feet, so I want to, it's pretty much my wingspan. It's pretty much my wingspan, And that's plenty. Now, cut your line and leave it in the water. I clean it up on my boat later. Now, the most reliable knot in fishing is one called a Palomar knot. You go through the eye, then back through the eye. And then you got a loop on one side. And you're going to make just an overhand knot on that. Punch it through. And now that's an overhand knot, but you want to take your swivel or your bait back through that hole and then pull it. And lubricate it with spit. The reason you do that is you don't burn your line. That's why you do it. And because I am paranoid about knots, I do an overhand right on top. And that is probably the most secure knot in fishing right there. cut the tag end off. And now, I'm going to do something different because I don't want to lose another bait. So, wait. All right, what do I got? Ooh. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's a good thing. All right, we're going to go with a 6 cents. Oh, no, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. There's mine. Okay, so this is a square bill with a tail spinner on it. It elongates it without adding any weight, but gives it a lot more flash when you add a tail spinner, willow blade on the back hook. Really smart to do. It increases your hookups about 2 times. Doesn't say much if your bait never has a hookup, so you get 2 times 0, but my baits usually do have hookups. And this one is actually pretty good. All right, so there we go. It's floating, okay? So if this knot comes undone, I can go retrieve my bait. So let's keep an eye on my bait. All right, so there we go. We are too deep. We floated out while I was tying on that leader. So, I hope you've learned something. If you're learning a new knot, don't put an expensive lure on the end of it. Put one that floats so you can go retrieve it in case the knot just comes undone. That's really important. Although I made that bait, but still, And it kind of freaks me out because you can hear that knot go through the guides and you're thinking, oh, did it break? But no, it didn't break. It's just the knot going through the guides. So we're going to sort of troll this because it's a really good bait to troll it. And we're going to go over to the southeast side and work the west side, the outside of the buoy line. Just FYI, it's a pretty good bass out there. Now I was working this, we'll break out that spoon again. You'll probably catch something else for it. No more work today. Okay, what are you guys saying? Oop, that was it. This is what happens when you put it in your... If he had girlfriends, he said, no, girls are crazy. He's right. I've raised 2, actually. But I guess it depends. My first one was pretty good at 16, but she's just crazy at 23. But my 16 was just crazy at 16, so 15, 14. I think I've got to do that. Just stay safe. Wait till college. I didn't date in high school. I was too shy. Too shy in high school. I'm not very good with my self-esteem in high school. And in college, girls ask me out all the time. So, I think I had 10 dates in 2 weeks at one time. My buddy was like, somebody's coming up to you. He was so depressed because girls at lunchtime in college would ask me. And I was too shy to ask them. I always said yes. Didn't matter what girl it was. I always said yes, and I was always a gentleman too. Which most did not want a gentleman to take them out. But I was. Hand holding, it's optional. Anything past that, maybe a peck on the cheek. I opened the doors for them and paid for the date. The girls got it pretty easy. They just want a free night out. They just ask a guy out. In hindsight, I think I was being taken advantage of. That's what I think. So I can't put that in there. Oh yeah, I can't put that one. I can't see it. Anyway, I've got these other baits that are salt impregnated and dancing bones, and I'm sure those will work too. So we're going to try those. And in the afternoon, top water's been hitting, so afternoon today we'll do some top water fishing. There we go. Next year I'm going to get spot lock on my boat. You can just program it and it'll go, hold the line for you, anchor itself. It's going to be awesome. Totally doing spot lock next year on my boat. Really is the last thing on my boat to put on. Got everything else. I got an extra motor at home. And it was at Tiny Boat Nation, and they have this thing called autopilot, and you add it to an inexpensive trolling motor for $650. You can have spot lock and steering, and it, instead of 5 speeds on your motor, it'll give you 10 speeds, and it has auto navigation. It's really nuts for $650. Anybody add spot lock or GPS nav to their boats. That's fantastic. There's a few fish. Let me see if they can fit. These are really good baits. Okay, now we're in largemouth territory. We're not doing small. It's not unusual, but it's not likely. Vegetation. Slow it down a little bit. This actually goes far, far out here. There's a peninsula here. All right. We got to break this rod in with a big fish. This is my heavy rod, brand new, super light, fast, great rod. See, you hear that knot go through? Drives you nuts. Maybe I put too long a leader on this. See, it's nice and you don't have that dink when you. I guess you get used to it. I don't know. I don't know if I can get used to it. I put a 6-foot leader on this. I don't usually fish leaders. They just say it works better. And I'm worried if I get a big 6-pounder or something on this, that knot's going to break. But, you know, I tested it, right? It should be good, right? I should test it right now that it's nice and soaked. Make sure that it's still holding. It's not going to slip out. I would hate to lose a big personal best just because I'm trying something new. Let's see. Okay, here's the knot. Man, that's a strong knot. I just don't think that's going to come undone. I mean, I can't break it. I get so paranoid about that knot. I guess you just got to trust it, right? You just got to trust your leader knot. Please. I told you so. I'm so paranoid. So paranoid. Catching some nice bass over here, 2 3-pounders. Let's see, with a leader, floral leader, I can catch a big one. I don't know. Today's kind of like a really fun experiment day, you know? It just kind of is. And the problem with experimenting is that it's frustrating. But it could be rewarding. You like my little tattletales, right? That looks real good. Nobody say anything else? Nope. Nobody said nothing else? I got 2 people on. Hey guys. You can say hi. Alright, so we probably got about 600 yards to go until we get to my first spot. That's been fishing pretty good. And we tried what I thought was going to be trout, but we caught smallmouths. Like I said, it's weird right now. I mean, the lake wants to turn, in a few weeks. It's going to turn in a few weeks. And I think the fish are starting to sense that because I'm only at 69.67 degrees surface temp. And it's going to be weird. It's going to be strange. It'll be fun though because we try different stuff and figure it out. Good vegetation here. Where there's grass, there's bass, guys. And you look in the water and you find grass. Just see little guys on the fish front there right now. A medium guy. Oh, that's two of them. Morning. Well, over by the marina, in the deeper part, I was catching some smallmouths. So over here, it's more largemouth territory. So I'm really hoping I can catch a really nice largemouth over here. So, but they've been biting along this line the last couple of weeks. So let's see if they're still sticking at home. There's no drop off. No, it's only 10 feet. I mean, you're only 10 feet deep here. Yeah, this is all vegetation right here, so those largies like this area. Getting there. And we should probably be working just above that drop off, so we're going to sort of troll out here a little bit further. I can always cast starboard. And I've got a floating swim bait, so we could try that. I didn't make it, so it'll float. So we'll retrieve it if it flies away on me. But it's good looking. Good hooks, swivels, nice. We'll see. I'm looking in the fish finder right now. Never come out to this part of the drop-off before, so it'll be a good experiment. Let's see. We're going to put that big swim bait on it. It's well within the range tolerance of this rod. And it does float, which is weird. When you retrieve it, it'll dive a little bit. So weird. It's so weird at putting a knot on your line. It really is. I know. Everybody does it, but it's new to me. I ain't used to it. I'm just not used to it. All right, where are you? You're in here, aren't you? Yes, there you are. There you are. This is it. It's a pumpkin seed sunfish pattern, which is a very difficult pattern to paint. That's why I bought this. I didn't know it floated though. I wish it was a sinker, but in our new day of trying a leader, this works out really well because I can't lose that because it just floats. All right, that's I've never been out this, on this ridge. I really thought, man, it's got a really good swim action. I have to trust this rod a little bit. I mean, it can cast this bait. Just trust it, Mike. I don't see any vegetation out here. See, that's the big deal. That's a big deal. We need to find where there's grass, there's bass. So we're going to go in where the grass is because this only dives about 3 feet. Working the upper water column. And, it's got good hooks on it. So again, I'm more worried about my knot on my leader. Wrapped it 10 times. Should be good, right? Yeah, there's just like no grass out. Oh, okay. We're just starting to come up into the vegetation. So we should be into the bass area. Just a patch. There's another patch. There. Alright, good. This looks like a good spot for a bigger bass. It's a big bait. It's not a very long cast. I gotta get used to this new rod. I'm so afraid I'm gonna break the rod, but I shouldn't. I should have faith. Get used to this rod. This leader stuff is killing me. It is. It's so different. Everybody tells me, Mike, you gotta do this. So I have to get over my discomfort. Like, these are pretty sharp hooks, so that's why I put the hook keepers on them. I just, basically it keeps my hands from getting hooked on these hooks. All right. So we're going to go with a jig and a weedless jig. I'm going to take this thing off because I want to try these new salt infused ones I made. They're a lot more action to them because I softened the plastic. So this is what I poured. And second one. And I'm going to just stick this right up in there. There's a one, I think this is a 1 ounce. If anything, it's maybe a 3/4 ounce, maybe. So. Anyway, it's pretty heavy. And we're just going to, if I lose it, I lose it. Doesn't float. We're going to pull this right through. It's a perfect color for this. I'm going to let that sink. Pull it through the weeds. See if my new formulation is awesome. We'll see. It is awesome on my paddle tail grubs. So we'll see. Really hope this knot doesn't break. Here comes the knot, and here comes my bait. Salt makes the bait sink. Supposedly keeps the fish on a longer bite. Oh, guess what, guys? My knot came off. We all know what happened to that bait. What happened? This is so weird. I still have my bait, but my trailer came off. How did that happen? Again. Made 2 of them. You know what? The thing is, when you add salt to this, it really ruins the density and the integrity of the bait itself. So I'm wondering if this just isn't strong enough now on this bigger, to hold on the weight of the bait. Maybe that's what it is. So, works really good on the grub, but not necessarily on this. Learn something new every day, right? When you make baits, this is what you do. You experiment. It's like Elon Musk. He's got to blow up some rockets to get onto the space. It's just the way it is. So I made 2 of these to test it out. So it lasted 1 cast. Let's see if it lasts 3 casts. Yeah, I think it's just that the size of the weight of the the trailer. Let's look at it. Let's see if it's breaking through. Skirt. Well, it looks still pretty good. It fell off. That is something you don't repeat. I'm going to add this trailer on it. That is wild. You know what? It's the salt. Because I don't have that problem when I don't use salt. So, that's a quarter cup. See, it just broke. It just broke off. See, that's it. It just broke off. All right, so you learned something right there. You can't put too much salt in a big trailer because it ruins the integrity of the head and it just breaks off. And that's what salt does. When I put it inside the formulation, now mind you, this one held up really well because it's much smaller. So it worked out really well. So caught 3 fish. I'm going to come over here. So that's interesting. Learn something new. So I do have that formulation still, but I'll only do it in grubs. Although, also in ice fishing, probably would work really well. some big bass here. Big bass look at this spoon. On my ultra. Fun to catch a 3-pounder. Definitely have to play it. This one, I just don't have high confidence in my knot. Leader knot, because I've never used a leader before. So we'll see if that. Name a fish for an edit. Name a fish for an edit. Oh, there we go. We got one. Oh, I lost him. I had my drag way too loose. When I set the hook, it just didn't set. It didn't set. Let me try it again. Working soft plastics today. And new baits, new formulations. I had my drag set way loose. You guys heard me when I set the hook. It just went. This is a whole good area here because of the grass. A lot of grass here for a spoon to get. And it's 10 feet deep, 6 feet of vegetation. So what is it? Name a fish for an edit. I don't know what that is. For an edit. We're going for largemouth bass over here. Oh, there you go. I don't know what that means. totally drifted. Too far in. You know what? Since we're over here, we're going to break out the spoon again. And give that a shot over here, because it's kind of small over here. Just the bottom. I'm going to try the spoon. You got to catch something on the spoon anyway. Land it anyway. Can't just hook it. We got to land it. Grass. Oop. That was a bite. That was a bite. We'll get something over here. Although we drifted in too far, but we got grass on this side, no grass on that side, so we got two different environments here, which is kind of cool. Breaking out the spoon. Spoon feed me a fish. Done that one better. There's something under those docks. I'll hit that. Haven't done very well at under, the docks, shooting docks. Been all in the grass offshore. I'm gonna pull up anchor when we go further out because we drifted too far while I was fighting that anchor a bit. Come on. Let's go a little further out in the middle of the grass. And we'll get fucked. fish. I need to land my very first fish on the spoon. So everybody that brags about spoons, I don't know that they have one for it. Especially since I made 20 of these. I did get a bite. I hooked a fish. Lost him on the way in. Got a few bites on it, so there's some promise. I think I just have to figure out its presentation. You got it. This is a good spot. This is a good spot. magic swing. It's my foolproof one. Lately, it's been doing the job. Got a good anchor hold. Oh, got nobody. All right.